So I'm just here working on my project, and I had this kind of spark within me, if you will, make me want to stop and just share with you how I stopped wasting my potential. And the reason for this, the reason why this even came into my mind in the first place, is because I was working on my project, and I kid you not, with unending excitement. Like, I feel like a kid, I tell myself, when I'm working on my project, because it just excites me so much. Genuinely, I love it so much. And I got up, went over to the window just to take a short break, and I thought to myself, man, this is the best thing I've created in my entire life. The best thing I've ever realized or brought into reality. And then I think to myself, well, wait a minute, finally, I feel like I'm utilizing my potential. This is an illustration of my potential. Finally, something. And for so long, for so many years, I knew of my potential. And I'm grateful for this, that in the first place, I was aware of my potential, because personally, I believe that, yes, I have an immense potential. I know that for certain, but I don't believe that I'm special in any way. Personally, I believe that each and every person has an immense potential with them that often, most of the time, is just laying there, latent, inert, waiting to be utilized and realized and actualized. And so I will share with you how I finally started to utilize my potential, how I started to tap into this well, this reserve that was there the whole time, that I just had no idea how to access somehow. And if you're watching this video, then you probably feel the same, exactly the same as I felt previously, where I just felt like I was wasting my potential, and there's nothing worse, honestly. But not to drag on, let me just share with you that I believe the key to actually utilizing your potential is self-knowledge. Now, let me explain. Imagine you have a Ferrari, okay? This is a wild example. And you take, in fact, that Ferrari has 5, 6, maybe 700 horsepower, okay? And that can be an analogy for its potential. That's a lot of potential. 5 or 6, several hundred horsepower is a lot of potential, right? However, if you take that Ferrari off-roading, the first moment it meets a rock or some big rocks or a river or something, it's gonna get stuck. And you're just gonna be spinning your wheels, am I right? And then what happens when we get stuck in life is we think we need discipline. We need to push ourselves harder. But in the Ferrari's case, is that really what the Ferrari needs? Does it need discipline? Does it need to be pushed? Or is it just in the wrong place in the first place? Is it just doing the wrong thing, what it's not made for? And why is that? Because clearly the owner does not know the Ferrari's capabilities or use well enough, unless he's just crazy. But clearly he doesn't know how to properly utilize that Ferrari's potential. And that is the case with us. We just don't know how to utilize our potential well enough. Why? Because we don't know if we're great at off-roading, or if we're a great weekend car, or a great track car, or a great family car, or you get the point, right? And so that's why I believe it's about digging deep and finding out what we love and what we're great at. And that is how we can tap into this reserve, our horsepower, this well that we have of potential, this deep, deep, believe me, deep, deep well. You have so much potential within you. I'm being honest and genuine here. And all you need is to look within. The answers to your questions aren't out there somewhere. We don't need to listen to the gurus online to try and have them tell us what to do, what the best path in life is, what the best way to make $1 million is, what the best career is, what the best online business is in 2025. No. Everyone has their own path in life. And so that's why it's about looking within and learning about ourselves. As Lao Tzu said, he who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened. And as Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And that's why I believe it's all about looking within. So, to make this practical for you, if I were you, well, in fact, this is what I did personally. I did the Ikigai exercise. That's a Japanese concept for finding your reason for being, your purpose, if you will. And that's not going to give you the deep description of what your life's purpose is, as well as you can yourself figure out over time, but it's going to be a big start, as it was for me. And then from there, I would make a list of, I would create an intrinsic stack, my intrinsic stack. And to explain, that's basically just your curiosities, your passions, and your purpose put together. If you list them all out, all your curiosities, all your passions, all your purpose, and your purpose, and you combine them, then that, I believe, is how to find your vocation, your calling in life. And that is how finally we can begin to feel useful, and not just useful, but goddamn incredible. So I'll leave it there. I prefer to leave this short and concise, and I really love what I've just shared with you, and hope you do too. And I hope it really helps you in life. I wish you all the best, as always, and be mega. Ciao.